The world is not ready.
They are not ready for
It's
the
been a
return.
while. They haven't seen these faces.
I know.
They've been
I
hearing
know.
these voices. They haven't been hearing these. They haven't been seeing these faces, and the world's
I,
like, "Whoa, what? Oh,
I feel
not
like the
ready."
world has been losing sleep waiting on us to return.
Maybe for you. They
Okay.
probably were looking at me and saying, he's got a really good face for radio." But you know what? There's one thing that especially if people coming from the podcast,
Right.
this is their first time watching on YouTube, something they're definitely not ready for.
What is that?
Oh, you're already smiling because
What is it?
you got to bring us in with the intro music.
Oh, yes. I was waiting so long for you to
I,
say
I
this.
was I was really wondering if
I
you were ready for this though. Like it's been a minute. You fired the staff in the off
I've been
season.
working on
Like
I've been working on some new tunes.
okay,
Are
ready?
you ready? Give
I'm
me a,
not,
give
but here
me
we go.
give me the one,
Three,
two, three.
2, 1, go.
Intro music. Huh?
Funny thing is,
Hey, what was
on the
wrong
middle
with
of that,
that?
in the middle of that, your video started slowing down. So I
Oh,
don't I don't even know if that's like part of the intro music or not. But you know what? We're gonna roll with it.
I didn't want to tell you that I added in some extra effects, but that was one of
That
them.
was part of the effects.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. It's this new technology.
That's
I didn't even know what the name of the technology is, but it
wow.
just downloaded it today. So
Did
people
you just kill our FX budget, like in our special effects budget, in like
I might have cut a little tiny mark into it.
nice? Okay, well, we'll see how this goes.
All right.
All right, so pick section. First real full week of college football coming up. There have been some
Yes,
games we've
yes,
already
yes, yes.
missed. Number 15, Michigan State is in action as we talk, but we're gonna talk about the Saturday games,
Okay.
top 25, SEC, and then give you our viewers guide, who we would watch and when we'd watch it, and all that good stuff. So, Roger, ready
Right.
to get to it, sir?
Let's do it.
All right, starting off tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. So it's your Saturdays. You should roll out of bed at 10:55 and flip on the TV.
Right.
Michigan and Colorado State. I mean, Michigan's going to win. Do they cover 30 and a half? I don't think they do.
Um,
Michigan easily takes this first game.
yeah, I don't see any anything from Colorado State that says they're going to even remotely come close to come and winning this game. Michigan being the defending Big Ten champion, I don't think they're going to repeat, but we'll get into that in another segment.
You're going to kill Ahoda's hopes. Like one of our biggest
I'm not trying to kill them. I'm just giving my opinion. Shout out to Hoda. Shout out to Hoda. But anyway, let's sorry for getting off subject, but yeah, I think Michigan wins this game. Do you think they cover the 30.5?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think maybe they take their foot off the gas somewhere near the end, and Colorado State gets a 3-pointer at the buzzer to cover.
3-pointer at the buzzer.
That's all I got, man. I don't know.
Yeah. To make our point known, this is not a game we're probably going to be paying any attention to whatsoever.
No,
But we both pick Michigan.
exactly. Yep. NC State over East Carolina. Interesting. The line is not that big.
It's
NC
not.
State
It's
only at
not.
12.
So
I think NC State takes them, and I think they've got a statement to make. I think this is one of their better teams, and I think they see, Clemson maybe still a little down in their minds. That's not my words, but I think NC State comes out to make a statement early on. I think they take a good one to East
yeah,
Carolina.
I got NC State in this. And I don't know too much about either team. Well, I do know one fun fact for East Carolina. Our good friend
This better
Michael
be fun.
Edwards. No, it is. Michael Edwards' son, Michael Edwards Jr., is a linebacker for East Carolina.
Oh,
He is. He
well,
is.
in that
So,
case,
and shout out to Mike Edwards.
definitely. Well, guess
Yes.
what? He's going to be the star tomorrow.
Right.
He's the player of the game.
The only reason, and one reason I brought that up is to shine some spotlight on him, and I guess the other reason is that's the only reason I would actually tune into this game is just to see Mike play. I still think North Carolina State's going to win it by at least 10. I'm assuming, but I really honestly can't provide you too much more info on either one of these teams to give you a further insight.
You
but
don't really care.
I don't. Other than watching Mike play, I don't really care too much more about this particular matchup.
All right. 2:30 Miami versus Bethune Cookman. Okay. Houston at UTSA. That's an interesting one. So
UTSA finished pretty strong last year.
Yeah, I mean Houston is ranked number 24, so they're a top 25 team. They're only favored by 4.
By 4.
The game is at UTSA, and
yep.
Houston is some people's picks to be this year's Cincinnati if they can get
Really?
past this early hurdle. So this will be an
Okay.
interesting
Okay.
matchup for them. I'm going to pick Houston. I would
Right. Me too.
love to see them make the playoff.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening, but I do think they take this first game.
Yeah, I don't see it happening this year at all. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Houston by I'm going to say 10 just to throw that out there. This was a very very
Are you
interesting
going to
game.
pick
This
every
one,
game by 10?
no, just this one and maybe one in the future, but I can't say it's going to be every game by 10.
Well,
But
I'm just saying you just
match.
said NC State by 10, and now you've got Houston by 10.
Yeah, this is not going to be one of the big 2:30 games that I'm going to watch. There's some other games that are coming on at 2:30 that I think you're going to get ready to get into, but I'll probably miss this one. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Houston to win this one.
Yeah, we'll cover that during the viewers guide. But yeah, unfortunately, it won't be one of those, but it will be one of those you'll want to keep track of the scores for sure. Also at 2:30, you've got Oklahoma over UTEP. I mean, they're smoking them.
Yeah,
you know,
it'll be interesting
to make a statement in his first game. I'm sure.
I was about to say it'll be interesting to see this brand new Oklahoma Sooners look, the way they look with Venables. Are they going to be a really really strong offensive team like they've been in years past? Or are they going to be more focused on defense? It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if we're going to be able to see a lot of that insight in tomorrow's game since they're playing UTEP and they're Oklahoma's favored by 30.5, but you know, it might be a little curiosity out there just in case anybody wants to tune in at 2:30.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You got to be an Oklahoma fan. UTEP fans will be watching something else. Next up, BYU at South Florida.
Oh wow! You said that like BYU at South Florida. Wow!
Because BYU is ranked number 25 in the top 25. I mean, they aren't independent though, so they are going to have a tough schedule this year, running around to play everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take BYU, I guess, in this one. I guess I'm just going to pick all the favorites for week one and hope for the best.
Honestly, I was going to follow along the same plane. I'll take BYU in this one. Do they cover an 11.5? I honestly don't know. I think it's still obviously it's the first game of the season.
I think I'll take South Florida to stay within the number.
Okay, yeah. Since you're my older brother, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you and follow you.
Wow, that's the first time for everything. Then you've got USC over Rice. Okay. Baylor over Albany. Okay. Wisconsin over Illinois State. What?
These are a lot of OKs, but I will pay attention a little bit to the USC Rice game just to see USC because they got a brand new coach, brand new quarterback. I think wide receiver. Jordan Addison is out there, I believe. Just to see that some. I know.
And there's some really good games at 2:30.
I'll be flipping really, really quick back and forth, depending on how the 2:30 games are going.
The 2:30 games end, you'll watch this game until maybe 6, when you'll probably watch something else. But for the moment, yeah, those games are all blah, blah, blah. So the big one.
Oh, go ahead.
Notre Dame at Ohio State.
Right. Oh, I thought you were going to name another one. Okay. There's another one at 6 p.m., Utah, Florida.
Yeah, but Florida's the SEC. We cover that in the next segment. You're not listening to the production meeting
at all. No, I'm listening. I'm making sure you're paying attention.
Is that what it is?
I got to keep you on your toes because sometimes we'll be doing these little shows and you'll get up and go get a glass of orange juice and go outside and talk on the phone. I'm like, what are we doing? Is it just me now? What are we doing here? I'm just keeping you on your toes.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
That's a way to pay attention.
So can we talk about Notre Dame, Ohio State?
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
We're good. Okay.
Notre Dame, Ohio State. Notre Dame is ranked number 5. Ohio State's ranked number 2, but the line is Ohio State by 16. What do you think about the line, and who do you have to win?
So Ohio State is being touted as clearly the best offense in the nation.
Correct.
We also don't ever really believe in Notre Dame when it comes to the big games.
Right.
You combine both of those. First off, Ohio State's winning this game. You know, they've got a national title. They've got national title hopes. They've got it in their sights. They've got the offense to do it. Second, I just don't see them slipping up to Notre Dame. You know, coach, I wish Freeman the best there.
Right.
I don't see. Now, I think the Notre Dame defense will be, get a stop here or there. And if the offense can put up a couple, they can stay within that number.
Right.
I would play this game, though I'm taking Ohio State or nothing. Like I would, But I think Ohio State wins this game.
I also agree. I think Ohio State wins this game. I think the best possible outcome for Freeman is to keep the game close. I think it's going to be close in the first half, and I think Ohio State is going to start pulling away mid to late third quarter. But like I said, if Freeman could just keep this game close and make sure it's not a blowout of any sort, then Notre Dame will make a good stand. They'll slip a little bit in the standings, maybe around 10, depending on what else happens tomorrow. But I think that's the best possible outcome is just keep it somewhat close, keep it competitive, and let's just see how things go. But I'm going to pick Ohio State. And did you say they were going to cover by 16? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah,
I think Notre Dame's defense. I've heard good things about Notre Dame's defense from some of my sources. So I don't think Ohio State's going to cover 16. I don't. I really don't. I think Ohio State wins this one by 10.
Yeah, I'll take Notre Dame to stay within that too. Now watch us look silly if they get smashed by 30, but
yeah.
if they get smashed by 30, we're going to delete this segment from the
YouTube,
okay.
Gotcha.
And then last, as far as the top 25 non-SEC version, Clemson at Georgia Tech on Monday night. I think Clemson takes this one easy.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Georgia Tech no longer has Jahmyr Gibbs. That was their number one primary
Y'all didn't
playmaker.
have to do that to that boy, to that team.
What? Jack,
their best player.
We had to do what we have to do. This A stands for something. Anyway. I mean, I think Clemson and DJ come out shooting and they get a big lead. And I think Clemson can go ahead and cover. I will be interested to see if Cade Kubnik gets in somewhere in the game to see what type of passer he is, if he's a better passer than DJ, and
which we both seem to think he is.
Yes, I do. I was trying to think of a polite way to say that he is a better passer than DJ, even though I've only seen like some of Clade's high school highlights, but I think Clemson will go ahead and put him in there somewhere in the third, fourth quarter and see what he can do. Might as well test him out.
We don't do polite on this show.
Oh, okay.
We're hurting everybody's feelings.
Put an X on polite. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That was also in the production meeting that you fell asleep in.
I was tired. I had to do yard work too. I'm tired.
All right, let's move over to the SEC games.
Okay.
The only 11 o'clock game is Texas A&M versus Sam Houston. So let's move on to the 2:30 games. And
correct.
This is where it gets interesting.
Oregon, Georgia.
Wow, well, Cincinnati, Arkansas. But
okay, well let's go with Cincinnati, Arkansas.
No, we can do Oregon, Georgia.
Okay. In this game, I think Georgia's going to cover, and I think from Oregon, you're just going to see a lot of running around from Bo Nix, just trying to save his life, just running around. I never thought Bo was the most accurate passer. He's just. And I think I mentioned this on the show.
Let's also know Bo Nix has never had success against Georgia either.
Right.
So it's not like changing. Yeah, how do you feel if you're Bo Nix? You transfer but I mean, you have to know what the schedule was.
Right.
You transfer to a place where you can still play Georgia. So I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, Georgia wins this game. I think Oregon's going to stay within the number just because I think there's going to be times where like the Georgia defense is suffocating and they're probably just going to be run the clock out, and maybe Oregon gets a late score or something like that. So I think if this number moves to like 17 or 17 and a half, I think Oregon can maybe stay within that. But Georgia wins this, man. Georgia is people are gonna see some stuff from Georgia this year because they're probably one of the most disrespected champions ever. To just win and have a great season like they are and not even be the favorite coming in the next year. So
right. And well, I mean, they lost a plethora of both defense. Or excuse me, they lost a
plethora from the podcast.
I am. I really like that word. They lost a plethora of defenders to the NFL draft. I think they still have a few good guys coming back from last year, but it'll be interesting to see if Georgia's offense gets any better than they were last year. Obviously, they won the championship, but and we can go on to that as to why they won the championship. But we'll save that for another segment or another show. But I don't know. Let's just see what Georgia's offense has to offer this season. And as far as them covering tomorrow, I don't think they cover the 6. Well, actually, I do. I'll go ahead and say they do.
Did you change mid?
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, earlier I said they do cover. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with my initial decision. And Georgia does cover against Oregon.
Okay.
I think Oregon's defense. Oregon's defense is a lot better than their offense.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And like I said, I think one reason why they can possibly stay in there because Georgia isn't going to do a lot of quick hitting kind of stuff. I think they're going to grind it out. Probably close in the first half for sure. And then in the second half, Oregon might just be hanging on for dear life, but one score might, be enough just to keep them within the number. But I definitely think Georgia wins this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Cincinnati and Arkansas.
This is an interesting one. Yeah, Cincinnati no longer has Desmond Ridder.
Or Sauce Gardner.
Or
either one
Sauce
of their
Gardner.
corners
That's just
all
such a
day.
cool
Yeah,
name. Can
it
we
is.
just? That is a really really cool name.
You know that
Arkansas.
he's not allowed to. He has to earn that nickname on the Jets. They won't call
I
him
did,
Sauce yet.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't know
So
that.
right
I
now
got
he's just Gardner. I don't even think
just
he
Gardner.
has
That's
he
a
doesn't have
weird
first
name. Come here,
Yeah,
Gardner.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Cincinnati fighting for respect. Arkansas fighting for respect too.
they
Though.
both are.
And
I was about to
with
say they both are. Arkansas coming off a strong 8-4 season. KJ Jefferson's back. This might be one of the more competitive matchups throughout the day, if not the most competitive game.
Yep.
I'm
taking Arkansas on this one.
I was about to say I think Arkansas is going to cover. I think they'll win by a touchdown.
Yep. I think they cover the 6.5 for sure. I think Arkansas is out to make a statement. And let's be honest, I think they're kind of trying to tell Cincinnati, like, look, you had a good season, but you don't belong just yet. So
this ranking of 23 for Cincinnati is based off how they performed last season. And I think after they lose tomorrow, right. After they lose tomorrow, though, I don't think they'll be ranked anymore.
No.
They'll fall out.
Yep. Well, your next two games are Ole Miss over Troy and Vanderbilt over Elon. Vanderbilt, the clear right now, they have the number 1 ranked offense in the SEC. I think they continue their winning ways against Elon, and then Ole Miss with their new look. Ole Miss.
Did you really just say that?
Don't they?
Statistically speaking, yes.
I mean, they're the highest.
So you didn't lie, but I never thought I would ever hear anybody say that ever, like in life.
They are the highest scoring team in the SEC right now.
Didn't they score what was they won that first game,
right?
62-10 or 62? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they are averaging 63 points a game, Ron.
So are you saying Vanderbilt's going to make it to the playoff this year?
I'm saying Vanderbilt right now has the best offense in the SEC.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
But Ole Miss is going to whoop Troy and Vanderbilt's going to whoop Elon.
That's all we need to say about those games.
Auburn's going to beat Mercer.
Auburn is going to beat, yeah, probably so.
Kentucky over Miami of Ohio. This one, at least,
the line's only 15 in this one.
Huh?
The line is only 15 in this. Kentucky by 15.
Because Kentucky's not, their offense is usually, it's kind of like a Georgia type thing where you'll see a lot of running and not a lot of quick hitting. So this game could easily be like, Georgia wins this game like 28-3 or so, or 24-3, something goofy like that is what I can see.
Gotcha.
I think that's why it's 15, just because you never know what you're getting. But Kentucky is gonna smother them on defense.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the one you wanted to talk about earlier when you decided to skip the production meeting and jump ahead.
Oh, sorry about that.
Utah at Florida.
Utah is picked by 2 whopping points. This is an interesting game. It's two. Wow, this is going to be an interesting game, and this is one that kind of just snuck up on me too because I didn't realize they were playing at 6:00. So this is going to be like a nice bridgeway game for me to kind of pay attention to for the first half hour. I'm going to go ahead and pick Utah since I've already picked them to make it to the playoff this year. I think they cover by 2. I think they win by between 7 and 10 points. It'll be interesting to see what type of Florida team Napier brings in this year. I don't know. This could be an interesting game to watch. So this could be very competitive, very close.
I think for Utah, fighting for respect, you're basically trying to get your respect and the Pac-12's respect. You want to make the playoff. Could you drop this game and make the playoff? Yeah, but it makes it that much tougher. That
means you would pretty much have to run the gauntlet after that.
Exactly. So I think Utah takes this one as well. But this will be an interesting game. Not sure what Napier's got going on in Florida yet. Right? Richardson finally getting his start, so this will be interesting. But I'm gonna use the word interesting one more time. It's very interesting. So
it's kind of like my plethora.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
gotcha.
Anyway, we're both picking Utah to win this game. And then the rest of the games up there: South Carolina over Georgia State. I mean, it'd be nice to see what all Oklahoma boy does over there, but otherwise, probably South Carolina. I use this to have my offense go off a little bit on that one, but otherwise, Mississippi State over Memphis. That was an interesting game last year. That was a fun little game. I think Memphis wins it on an official's error in the game last year. So you got to think Mississippi State tries to get a little bit of revenge. Yeah. And then Sunday night is LSU and Florida State. Is Florida State?
That's gonna be an interesting game.
That'll be a fun one.
Florida State is already 1-0
to get on an upward trajectory.
Right.
LSU and Brian Kelly, their first look out there. It's only 3.5 LSU. I'm gonna take LSU to win this game.
I'm going to
but that's a tight one.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with LSU too. I'm curious to see who what LSU's quarterback does this year. I know they've had some quarterback issues from recent years, with the exception of obviously of Joe Burrow. But after that, it's just kind of been a toss up as far as who's going to be their starting quarterback and how well that guy's going to perform. I don't know. This is going to be a pretty interesting game. And on the other end, if you look at Florida State's program, you say, okay, you want to know if you win this game, this might really really help your program to make me back in the top 25. So to some effect, I don't know if they'll be ranked or not. Maybe some people will look at it like they got lucky and won that game. But Florida State has been down for several years, and I hate to throw this in there, but it was probably back when they played Alabama to start the season off, and when it was number 1 against number 3. Alabama injures DeAndre Francois, and pretty much after that, the Florida State Jimbo Fisher left. The Florida State program just kind of went.
That's why you guys are bullies over there, Raj.
Yeah, I hate to bring that up, but that's just my opinion.
Did you really hate to bring it up, or did you?
No, I didn't. I really like that.
I was about to say you look like you had too much fun with it.
But yeah, anyway, we will both be watching this game Sunday night.
Maybe.
And plus, it's only a game on. So.
I think the WNBA playoffs are also on Sunday. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then, of course, Alabama at Utah, or Utah State at Alabama.
Yeah. So
we're taking Alabama in a rout.
You're picking Alabama?
All right, let's
the real question is on the series. Do you think Alabama covers was it 41.5 or did it go up to 42?
I do not think they cover the 40.
Really? Do you? So you're thinking that Bryce goes out, has a heck of, and then they put in Jalen and
but
there's a chance we might see
on
Ty
even our
Simpson too.
backups could score.
Yeah.
The problem with a 40-pointer is you almost, let's say Alabama puts up 50 on them.
Okay.
Second and third stringers are in. Fourth quarter, 1 touchdown by Utah State, and that's a cover.
Yeah.
That's what always scares me about stuff like that. So
it's not how much we can score, but how much are we going to prevent them from scoring?
Right. Towards the end when it's garbage time and everybody's just trying not to get hurt.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's it.
I do have one more question about this game. How many sacks does Will Anderson get tomorrow? That was the number I was on too, because with Dallas Turner and everybody else back there, I know he's not going to get all of them on his own, but I picked 2 as well.
2. Yep. Sounds good to me. Wow, we're in agreement. It's kind of scared.
Very
all right,
scary.
so debuting our first segment of the Viewer's Guide.
We're
going to go by the major times and pick the game that we would be watching. So after looking at the 11 a.m. slate, I would say if you hadn't got your food or alcohol for the rest of the day, the 11 a.m. slate is the perfect time to slip out of the house and just follow games on your phone. If I had to stay in and watch one, though, I'd probably go with North Carolina, Appy State, or NC State, East Carolina, just to see what they've got for the future.
Right.
And if you're an Alabama fan, you maybe watch the Maryland Buffalo just to watch Tua's little brother.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but my first choice would probably be North Carolina, Appy State, just because it might be a tight game.
Appalachian State has been known to pull off some ups. What's the line
Appy
on
State
that
is actually favored in this game.
Okay, that's why I asked, because I know Appalachian State has been known to pull off some upsets, but they might actually be favored, which they are. So that could be an interesting game. Yeah.
But if you did forget something and had to run to the store, the 11 a.m. slate is a great time to go do that.
That is, and I'll talk about one game we didn't, which is Sam Houston against Texas A&M. The only reason I would pay a little attention to this, on a serious note, is because we do have to play Texas A&M in about a little over a month from now. So I want to see how they operate a little bit. Then again, on the other hand, if they're playing Sam Houston, it's really hard to tell how good Texas A&M is going to be. But I just want to see how Haynes King operates. He started the first 2 games last year, got hurt. Then they put in Zach Calzone, and the rest is history. So, okay,
good.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I did. It's completely out of my system.
All right. Moving on to the 2:30 slate, you've got 2 good games to choose from.
Oregon, Georgia, Cincinnati, Arkansas. Yep.
Which is sad because Houston, UTSA would be a nice pick, but it's clearly third right now.
Right.
If I had to watch one, this is tough.
I already know which one I'm watching.
I'm going to cheat, by the way, and have 2 TVs going. But the
I'm
main
gonna have
TV
cheat and have two TVs going.
Go ahead.
is that what I sound like?
No, you don't.
Okay, good. I'm going to cheat and have those, but I'm going to give
Which game is on the big TV?
Arkansas, Cincinnati, the big TV.
Is that because you think it's going to be more competitive?
I think because it'll be more competitive.
Okay.
I think it's two teams that really want to show the world kind of what they got going on
Right.
and make a statement, and it could be closer. Georgia, though, I obviously you want to see what Georgia's looking like coming out in this next year, and
right.
Oregon has a shot, but Arkansas, Cincinnati gets the main watch.
I'm gonna be more interested, and I'll put it like this: I'm gonna be more interested in the Oregon UGA game to start off with. But once Georgia starts to pull away and things get out of hand, then I'll flip to Cincinnati, Arkansas. I don't have the luxury of having two TVs side by side like some people, like some rich people here, but Whoa. I'll be watching the Oregon Georgia game, and I'll probably watch the Cincinnati Arkansas game on my phone. That's how I'm gonna operate tomorrow.
Sounds good. Jerk. So that gets us up to the 6 o'clock slate. Now, Raj mentioned at 5 o'clock he might, if the games are over, he might watch a little USC Rice for whatever ridiculous reason.
Then I'll turn to Florida and
Utah will dominate at 6.
Yep.
You'll have to flip away for the Alabama game at 6:30.
I will. I have no problem doing that.
But then where does Notre Dame and Ohio State go?
Unfortunately, they're gonna have to go on the phone.
So
I have to watch Alabama. I have to watch every down of the Alabama game. You know
so
that's
Alabama,
mandatory.
So this is how it's going to be. Alabama, obviously, big TV, right?
Of course.
Notre Dame and Ohio State, little TV,
right?
Computer, Utah State or Utah.
I forgot about that. I can bring out my laptop too. I might do that. That might be a good setup. Phone, laptop, and then Sydney's gonna walk in like, "Are you serious?"
Yes.
Like, yeah, this is my life. This is what things have come to.
But those are the rankings of how to watch. So if I wasn't an Alabama fan,
right,
I'd be watching Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Oh, of course.
That would be the next watch at this.
Of course.
So.
And the only reason I watch the Utah State game is obviously our team is playing, but I just want to see how we operate. And my big question, I've posed this to you already, is the wide receivers. Like, who's going to step up and be that number one wide receiver? Are some of the young guys going to get in there and get some touches? And how is that going to work? Because I'm not worried about Bryce. And honestly, I'm not worried about Jamar Gibbs at all. I'm actually really excited to see Jamar Gibbs. I think he's going to be a huge playmaker for us this year. But I have questions about the wide receivers, and I want to see, are they going to be able to keep up that reputation that we've had since 2017, 2018, around that year. So that's what my eyes will be on.
I agree. And then if you stay up late, you can watch some Boise State, Oregon State at 9:30. I say that because that's definitely what I'll be doing. And
there's nothing else on.
Yeah, there's nothing else on. Yeah. Let's be honest here. So that is your viewer's guide for the
viewer's guide
and our picks for the week. As always, if we get all our picks wrong, we will give you your money back.
What money?
Shh.
Wink, wink.
Exactly. Right, so Raj, for Herb and Raj. Oh well, I guess you got to be the one to take us out. Are you prepared for the outro the way you are for the intro?
This is the thing. I prepared for the intro several days. Preparation, beats, tones, everything. I never prepared for the outro. I wanted this to come just straight from the heart, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Outro music.
Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.